Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordamt. We're back for some more Pillars of Eternity with Triple Crown difficulty settings. So, we are currently in Concelhaut and I intend on finishing Concelhaut right now. We have killed all 4 of the apprentices of Consul Hot. We have the key to, enter his chambers. Well, we kinda have the key. We have the 4 notes from the apprentices which should hold the hints to allow us to enter the door. I think I'm gonna rest right here, just to make sure that nothing weird happens. And if I am gonna face Consul Hot, I wanna be healed up. Yeah, and this I think is the place we've been at before. Yeah, it just opens a path to the cave that goes back outside. We have some Void Seers over here, I'm guessing 1 per side. And this should be the door. Okay, let's mess them up.
Yes.
Okay, that's 1. I'm gonna charge that one and then try to knock him down. Okay, good. Let's silent scream that one. This one is fatigued, nice, because of Durance's hatchet. He's stunned for 7 seconds, which should be more than enough. Okay, back up, bitch. Silent scream, let's finish him off. Okay. I like the mouth. So before we go there, I want to check out this other area. Or is this just an empty corridor?
Hello.
Okay, it's just an empty corridor. Okay. So let's see what we have. Tenos, yeah, okay. So Tenos says, you have chosen a path that complements your natural strengths. Your mind is amazed and you use it to ensnare not only your thralls but also your fellow pupils. They are blind to it because they look at you and see an animal. Okay. Sable. It gives me pride to see what you've suffered for your craft. The other apprentices may be more learned than you, but none match your tenacity. For you understand something they do not. Your body is a shell. If you are to achieve the power you desire, you will outlive it. Your fellows fight and scheme against one another, only you recognize your true foe. Peldon. You're the most talented of my apprentices, but your understanding is merely a page of... Curb your pride until you've earned it. No weakness is deadlier. Conceal your skill with mistakes, hide your malice behind smiles, sacrifice your vanity for a few precious years, that you might survive long enough to earn the title of wizard. Wariki. You tinker with blah 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 blah, let them spell work often attracts a certain kind of mind, one drawn to the mystery and theater of grand arcane spectacle. But you are burdened with no such pretension, you see magic for what it is, power, raw and malleable. You shape it as best suits your needs, and this is what gives the greatest spells their strength. Okay. So hopefully with this information I have enough to open this door. You see no keyhole in the door, yet a voice booms from the other side, almost as if the speaker were standing right in front of you.
Your master awaits a worthy pupil. Let the apprentice who has perfected a spell and gathered the lessons of his fellows speak his purpose.
I am ready to see Consul Hot.
First you shall prove your merit. A wizard must protect himself from the arcane and the mundane, from spellcaster and soldier alike. Of the many defenses available to the wizard, which comes first?
A warded mind. This was said in the Vitrek note.
You have learned well.
Nice.
But a wizard must also defend against his own deficiencies, lest he fall to them. Which weakness is deadliest.
Pride. This is said in Peldon's note.
Many fall by overestimating their own power. Yet for the wizard who understands the nature of magic, power is nearly limitless. What quality of magic is most critical to powerful spell work?
Spectacle, mystery, ubiquity, and malleability. I think it's malleability. It can shape into any spell. This is from Wariki's note.
Yes, though few will ever grow skilled enough to wield it well. One test of your understanding remains. What is a wizard's true foe?
Mortality. This is from Sable's note.
You may proceed.
Hey, I like this one. I really do. Okay, so, it explores the entire area. So let's see what we have. We have Consul Hot, which seems to be an undead wizard. Most likely a lich because of the story about the phylactery. Interestingly, when I pause the game, these fires do not stop. These do, but these don't. Interesting. So he has a bunch of Al Ghouls, which are whatever. Ancient Death Guards, they fear, which is slightly annoying. This casts spells, the Steel Pine Maguses cast spells, and he probably casts spells. So, there's an actual choke point here, which I think should be the safest way to approach this fight. So I am going to keep my party back.
Hey.
Eder will go in.
Hey.
Kana will stay here to off-tank if it is necessary. I am going to place a repulsing seal here.
Lavaru beyond seek.
And we are going to have some drinks. So we're going to go for the white Yennefer. So 3DR for everybody. We're going to have some fishy. Perfect. I'm gonna have some rabbits too. She's gonna have some rabbits too. And you guys are gonna eat some rice. Okay. So let's see.
Of course.
Consul Hot. An emaciated figure hunches over a stack of books. As you enter the room, it rises, and you feel as though you can see each rib and vertebrae shift into place beneath a pale film of flesh. It turns, twisting wasted skin and tendons around its bones. Two eyes burn from its angular, shrunken face.
You have the soul of one who is always restless, always searching. I wonder, is that what brought you to me?
Consul Hot's eyes glitter. What are you? He raises a hand and turns it in the air before himself. The flesh is so thin that you can see the bones moving beneath it.
What did you expect to find? An old man hiding from his attackers? Or a young man taking the battle to them? Weak or strong, the flesh expires. To survive, one must transcend it.
His eyes dim as he watches you waiting. Our only option is to shrug. I'm wondering if... Interesting. I think probably Pillars of Eternity is like the first CRPG that I've never actually had a main character wizard. And maybe you need to be a wizard to have some different option here. That would be cool. Well, shrug.
I'm a lich.
So I was correct.
And beyond the grip of a common death. For I have already embraced an uncommon one.
Well, when I heard about the Torn Bannerman, I thought you might need help.
I can deal with whatever pathetic mercenary band my rivals have sent after my phylactery.
He runs a bony finger along his cheek. His eyes dim thoughtfully.
But yes, you can help. Spells are fueled by ambient essence in the ether. A miserly trickle of energy that leaks from the wheel.
He traces arcane shapes in the air around him.
Because the medium is so poor, a wizard must normally focus his efforts on the runes and incantations that channel it.
He tints his narrow fingers.
But imagine what could be done with a more powerful source of essence. A watcher's soul, for instance.
Imagining is the only thing you're gonna do, my friend. His eyes flash, a rictus grin twists his lips. Tell me about your phylactery.
Would you think to steal it from under my nose? As if it were so easy. A phylactery isn't some bauble I wear around my neck or hide in a chest. It's a complex layer of spellwork, carved into my skull with runes and sealed with a peg of Hadra.
The sparse flesh stretches across his cheeks. Stretched across his cheeks twitches the memory.
It is the reason I'm here, surviving.
Who are your rivals?
In my eyes or theirs? You've surely heard of the great archmages of Eora. Nina Gauth, Minoletta, Sitzel, and Kolakoth. Arkemir and Lengroth, too.
I like this.
We've all shaped the study and practice of magic. Just not always to our mutual taste.
He shrugs. Do you know who hired the Torn Bannerman?
One of the other archmages, no doubt.
He flicks his bony wrist.
My wager's on Arkemir or Lengroth, always hiding behind glamours and diversions. But it could have been any of my rivals.
What kind of magic requires the power of a Watcher's soul?
The most demanding and visionary kind. The kind that wizards have argued over for centuries. Names like Cadibald the Red and Mora of the Seven Hills. Even you must know of them.
I actually don't. He leans forward, his bones rattling in his fervor. Maybe I've heard of this one, though. I still don't know what you're talking about.
The power to warp and wind time. Like a skein of wool wrapped about your finger. To strangle its flow to a mere trickle. Perhaps to reverse it altogether.
The pits of his eyes burn fever bright. Dude, I've killed Irenicus, I've killed a Melisson. I don't think you're gonna... I am... What's the word? I am trained in the arts of anti-magic. Enough of this. Oh, okay. I was hoping for a different dialogue to initiate this fight. I'm kinda sad that there wasn't anything else. So he's a vessel, which interestingly enough, I have like a 25% chance to just outright kill him with the Redeemer, which would be fun. Right now I'm just gonna back up. We're gonna play this safe. We are, as usual, going to buff up. Okay, so, oh, this one is a fighter mage. Interesting. So yeah, you're buffing up. You are also going to buff up with a minor avatar. You are gonna give me an other beetle over there. You are gonna give me an other beetle over there. And you could also give me some shades, I guess. But no, they would block Eder's pathway. Okay, Let's slow down time and let's back up here. This guy is casting a freezing pillar. He has an arcane veil. Woohoo, nobody cares. This gives me 42 seconds of deleterious alacrity. I was gonna say improved alacrity, like I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now. You guys can come over here, like where you are right now. You are still buffing up. Okay, let's buff with this. You have your minor avatar. So we're gonna go for Crowns for the Faithful right here. And then our usual awesome spells. Okay, that's perfection. You are fine as you are. You are gonna stand right here. You have just buffed with Merciless Gaze. You're gonna toss out a wall of many colors right here. Okay, they're coming in. Okay, you come over here. I don't think he got the... Yeah, he didn't get the Crowns for the Faithful. Oh, no, never mind. Nobody has. Okay, the Grieving Mother will shoot something. Like that. I'm gonna stun him. You stay where you are. Okay, so we have the wall of many oh, crap. Of course I forgot about this. Abort mission, I need this. I need prayer against imprisonment quickly. Okay, thank God. Okay, Grieving Mother shoot that. We have 91 focus points. We're gonna go for a Mind Web, which should keep us plenty safe. This guy is trying to kill my other beetles, which is perfect for me. The Owl Ghouls do not matter. I want to see if I have range to sap him. He doesn't have a lot of defenses. See, this is not how you play a wizard. He should have buffed with all defensive spells before moving in. This is a mistake. Okay, so we have the Wall of Many Colors. It doesn't actually do much here, unfortunately. But what we are going to do is... I'm gonna get a Lengrat's Displaced Image, because I am playing the wizard properly. Then I'm gonna get some safeguards. And then I wanna have a firewall on top of Consul Hot to continuously interrupt him. So now we can buff the rest of our buffs with Crowns of the Faithful. I think I'm too far away to reach Consul Hot. Yes, I am. So my beetles are gone. Kind of. So go for him, turn this on. You shoot that, but you should be casting this though. Aloth. So you are buffed. After this, I want a protection, a prayer against fear. And I think I will also want a prayer against bewilderment, because they like to cast confusion. And then we do the rest. Now, you can't reach him? Is that what you're saying? You should be able to reach him. Ooh, okay, you are going too far away. Sap this one. So, Aloth. Now he's starting to cast stuff. Minor Arcane Reflection, that's okay. This doesn't reach that far, unfortunately. Okay, so we have a couple of enemies here, which I think we can quickly dispatch with something like Eldritch Aim, followed by a Gaze of the Adragon, and then probably just a Piercing Burst. We'll see. This guy is paralyzed and he's dangerous actually. We have the Mind Web up. Okay, Crowns for the Faithful. Oh, you're coming in! That's a big mistake, dude. That's a very big mistake. Oh, baby. You want to cast a blind. That's not smart. Gaze of the Adragan. Everything is petrified. So now I'm gonna go for a precisely piercing burst to finish off all of this. So then my other people can go in. You are gonna shoot this thing here. And let me just think. I'm gonna buff with the prayer against bewilderment. That's right. He's gonna blind everybody. That's actually gonna be annoying. Unless I stun him first. Well. I think he missed. Or did he cancel his spell? Wait, this is from before. Ah, the sap missed. He has 175 deflection. But he didn't cast... Oh, he missed 5 people. Bitch, defensive mind web, 2 OP. Okay, the amplified wave on top of petrified people should completely annihilate them. I'm gonna try and blind Consul Hot. Aloth is gonna go for an Archimedes Wondrous Torment on top of him. And then we shall see what I do. Okay, but he's trying to come in, which is funny to me. Let's charge in with it there and start beating on him. Okay. So I think he's standing still right there. I'm gonna go for a wall of flame on top of him. A little bit further back, maybe, like this. So he does have Archimedes' Wondrous Torment. The Grieving Mother will attempt to paralyze him. I'm gonna keep shooting him. Although this is all badly injured here, I would love to just finish this off. When he charges, he'll kill everything, so I think it's fine. There we go. Let's try to knock him down. The Grieving Mother... Oh, she cannot reach. Okay. So just shoot the voids here, maybe. Okay, wall of fire on top of him. What else do I want? I'm gonna give him a Miasma of Dull Mind. Oh, he's too far away. Bitch. Range. 2.65 meters. I want it over there. And then I'm gonna petrify him. Yeah, but my rogue isn't being able to hit him very well. Which is kind of annoying. Durance, come over here. We're gonna kill these petrified people. Oh, we did stun him and knock him prone, so he's kinda screwed now. Okay, well, let's go for a petrification on top of this friend. And then I'm gonna kill him off with the Ninagot's Killing Bolt.
Yeah.
Or can you not reach? Oh, he's near death already. Dead. 103 damage from my rogue. This guy can be annoying. Let's see if I can kill him very quickly. With probably an amplified wave. Should kill him off. Okay, debuff. Dead. Dead. Come on. And there we go. So, Aloth is a little bit too buffed up.
Hey.
But it's better to be extra buffed than not enough and then die. I think we took like 0 damage here. Pelaginus' quest completed. I'll describe what went on here in a little bit. Let's just read this one. Pelaginus' patron was silent about the source of their leads, but the notes quickly proved to be valuable. A Grimoire sale in the Sithwood and notes from a dead Red Seren wizard pointed the way toward 3 other wizards that were unwittingly performing research based on Galef's stolen notes. Spread out across the Eastern Reach, the wizards were amiable enough but quite unwilling to part with their own extensive notes. After reporting back to the patron's servant, Pelagina discovered that no additional services were required. It wasn't until after returning to Kednua that Pelagina learned of the grisly deaths of the 3 wizards, all under suspicious circumstances. A short time later, a package arrived via guarded courier. It was addressed to Pelagina, and the note inside simply read, "A gift," in an antiquated hand. Oh. Interesting. The Hellwax Mold. This hinged mold has the amazing power to fully duplicate non-soulbound weapons, shields, armor, and other equipment placed inside of it. The immense magical energy required to fabricate a copy uses the mold for raw material and wholly consumes it in the process. Interesting. So if I want to duplicate something, I could do it. Non-soulbound. Is there anything that I would like to duplicate? I don't actually think there is. Yeah, I think I'm mostly fine, honestly. Okay, well,
Hey.
let's go back to the matter at hand. So, the fight here, it wasn't too difficult, let's be honest. And the first time that I also did this fight, I thought it was a little bit underwhelming. Maybe it's because I'm used to the way that Baldur's Gate handles mage fights, especially with the sword code stratagems that makes, you know, mages a lot smarter, a lot tougher. They pre-buff and all those things. And when you come over here and this guy just buffs with a single spell and then just moves up, it's not that difficult. I like the fight, I love the area, I like the lore, I like the thing with the 4 apprentices and the key. I love everything they did with this area. I just think this fight should be 10 times tougher, honestly. 10 times at least. There should be more tankish enemies in the front, and Consul Hot should have a lot more offensive and defensive power, because his offensive power was pitiful. The only thing he did was he tossed a freezing pillar over here where there was and no longer was for a long time. Then he used the Curse of Blackened Sight. Are you kidding me? He used this, a level 2 spell. He's a lich. He should be tossing out walls of many colors. He should be tossing out wilting winds. He should be tossing out walls of draining to annoy the hell out of the player and just remove the buffs they have. Gaze of the Adragan, Call to Slumber, Ninagot's Shadow Flame, Walls of Flame. There's so much stuff that he could use. A single arcane dampener would wreak major chaos if it hits, of course. And he just uses a Curse of Blackened Sight. It makes no sense to me. It's like I'm fighting a wizard from back at level 3. I'm exaggerating, but it's very underwhelming, the fight here. He should be a lot more powerful. If you're gonna make an Archmage as a boss type enemy, man, do it right. He's gotta be a force to reckon with. Because I think a single Torn Bannerman would come over here and just wreck his face.
How may I help?
It doesn't make much sense to me, which is kind of a shame.
Thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
I was a bit disappointed with the fight the first time I came here, and I'm a little bit disappointed with the fight right now. It's still cool, it's still worth doing, but I just wish it were better. Deflection, sturdy, spell word amulet, 2 might, 2 resolve. Aptly named, this belt is comprised of a broad span of boiled leather, joined in front by a silver buckle. Arcane spells have been forged into the material, and it grants those who wear it undeniable strength and a newfound sense of determination which, even if it is induced, can rouse even the meekest of individuals to action. Kind of cool. We also have the Iron Clasp Grimoire, and this is a... Ooh. Wait, I was gonna trash talk this before time. And we also have Consul Hot's skull that you can use as a pet and grants the visage of Consul Hot. It summons Consul Hot, self 40 raw damage over 20 seconds. I don't even remember what this does. I'm gonna use it, that's for sure, because it sounds very cool. But let me see here. So, we get Consul Hot's draining missiles, drains raw damage as endurance. Consul Hot's variant of Miletus's minor missiles does raw damage, attacks the target's fortitude, and grants drained endurance to the caster. It's cool. It's actually a cool spell. And I was gonna say that it was sad that you didn't get any unique spells, but you actually do. So, my bad there. Let's learn this. These actually seem cool. Although they target fortitude, which is, you know, the weakest thing possible. It's only 3 projectiles. Then he also has Consul Hot's Crushing Doom. 6 meter range, so it's a short range. It deals crush damage against deflection and prones for 5 seconds. A truly unique spell, Consul Hot's Crushing Doom summons an enormous magical hammer that repeatedly slams down into its target, doing crush damage and knocking them prone. The hammer strikes repeatedly, becoming larger, more accurate, and more damaging each time. Ah, okay, that's better. I was gonna say this damage is pitiful, and proning for 5 seconds is pitiful. But if it keeps on slamming down, it might be interesting. It's a level 7 spell, it should be very powerful. Because you look at this, and which is better? This is a massive AoE that deals more damage, paralyzes, which is better than proning, I believe, lasts 10 seconds, which is double the time. I mean, come on. I never used a substantial phantom. We're gonna try this one out. And also, he doesn't have any level 8 spells, which is something that also confuses me. Why not? He's a lich, he's an archmage. Give him powerful spells, Jesus Christ. Okay, so. Oh, but I have to replace Piggy. That makes me sad. Okay, I'm gonna keep Consul Hot here just to see how he works out. But I want to replace him for the Piggy later. And it's kind of a shame that it has to be me who carries it, because 40 raw damage is actually quite a bit for my character. Here we have Mr. Consul Hot. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see.
I see something.
Secret stuff. That's always cool. This book burns your hands when you touch it. The clay tablet is ancient and most of the symbols inscribed upon it are indecipherable. This book burns your hands when you touch it. Oh, this is something unique. The rich fabric is as smooth as lambskin and softer than most beds. The rust-red figures on this scroll look as though they were written in blood. The book contains a list of names, most of which are crossed off. You recognize the 4 names which haven't been touched yet. Sable, Peldon, Tanos, and Wariki. So, apprentices' names. As you draw close, the words on this scroll fade and disappear. Another one of these. The Moons of Eora. Okay. Okay, so what's over here? Oh, a Sky Dragon Eye, nice. Several scrolls. This means I can enchant another weapon with a superb quality. Missives of the Hand Occult. Dearest brother, or was it sister? May this letter find you in well spirits. A man of thuggish bearing stormed into my library the other day and demanded I help him find a book on the construction of an arquebus. I thought it proper service to Whale to steer this man toward an illuminated manuscript on the subject of whittling toy soldiers and other miniature props. Unabused by my solution, I shrugged and said, "What is an answer without a question?" He did not find my spiritual rhetoric helpful or amusing, and so he punched out 2 of my teeth. I trust your summer has been less tumultuous than mine. In more important news, my apprentice claims she saw the eyeless face in a dream the other night. Oh, we also saw this. I admit, I was so mad with envy that at first I refused to believe her. Well, forgive me for such a lapse of judgment. She described an Omawa of brilliant blue hues with a featureless face surrounded by a swarm of eyes, no 2 eyes alike. She claims Whale ignored her questions and she can't recall any specifics of what was said. In fact, my apprentice seems to have forgotten many things since before the visitation. She could not tell me where she grew up or what she liked to eat. At first, I was so envious of her for having seen Whale with her own eyes, but it seems Whale's visit was to conceal, not to illuminate. I pray she endures a test of faith and can look back at the event and feel the joy of mystery. What is an answer to our question? Last week, I felt the solution was ignorance, but after Whale's visit, I feel a road without length is closer to the capturing the riddle. I worry my apprentice will look back at her visit from Whale and feel cheated, robbed of some moment of clarity we all thought we were owed when we first joined. I tried to tell her she was lucky, but she was too young to understand. What is an answer to our question? May I be dead and my soul scattered to the winds before anyone knows for certain. Okay. We shall take that. And what do you hold? Underwhelming. I was expecting something special. Okay, so what about over here? What do we have? The shelves of this bookcase overflow with books, loose pages, and miscellaneous artifacts. Many of the spines you can see are scrawled with indecipherable glyphs, and more are completely blank. A proper search of this mess would probably take hours. We're still gonna search it. As you shove a pile of books to one side, something clings onto the floor. You retrieve a ring. Hours of searching leave your back aching and your eyes sore. You don't find anything of value. A ring of deflection. Dude, really? Really? I have like 15 of these. Same thing. Near the back of one shelf you find a tome covered in strange symbols. It doesn't look like much at first, but you eventually recognize the symbols as incantations and the book is a grimoire. Man, there's so many mistakes. Hours of searching leave your back aching. Battle-worn grimoire. Again, kind of pitiful. This is like a battle wizard spellbook. Nothing new for Aloth. Okay,
Hey.
well, I believe we have concluded. Excuse me? Engage the skull in melee. There are some weird bugs in this game, I gotta say.
Hey.
So where is this? Oh god, there's so much stuff here. Oh, Jesus help me. Siege Fraggled. I've defeated Consul Hot, one of the greatest wizards in Eora.
Of course.
Okay, well, like I said, I was expecting a little bit more. I like the idea of what they did here. Don't want to repeat myself, but yeah, the apprentices, the boss fight being a grand wizard, I think it makes a lot of sense. It's very cool. I just think it wasn't done right. But, oh well. It's still a cool area. We're gonna go out. In my opinion, most of the fights out here, the Torn Bannermen, are much more difficult than Consul Hot himself. Off we go, we killed everything in here. Okay. So, can I use this outside of combat? I can't.
Hey.
Okay. So where am I going actually? I gotta decide. I hadn't thought this far ahead. All of my quests here are either companion quests, the Battle of Yenwood Field, or something to do in the future. These are main quests in Deerwood, and then we just have the White March. Oh, I have a task, that's right. I can take this one on. So, Risk Tolerance. Neste is waiting for me inside the Grief's Rest. I'll have to meet with her to start a trade negotiation. Okay, so let's go there. Is there anybody waiting for me? No. So, Stalwart. And I also have the Iron Flail Fort to explore. Good tea. Okay, so we have to go to the inn. I also haven't seen the mayor's house, or the fishery for that matter. Let me see here. I also still haven't used my Dragon's Breath ability from the Soulbound Shield. I need to. Okay, so this remains the same. You've done a fine thing reaching the White Fort like you did. Lost another one of my fishermen yesterday, but perhaps folk will stop giving up on this place now. Okay, so nothing special here. I want to go to Renengild's house because apparently she's no longer the mayor. And I don't think I've spoken to her since. You know, since I opened the White Forge. Let's go over here. What does she have to say? And I'm also thinking what I'm gonna do next. I have this thought. Oh, I think there's something to do in the mines as well. If it isn't the hero of the White Forge, Renengild nods in greeting. She looks more relaxed than you've ever seen her before. So she's no longer voiced as well. You come back to check on your handiwork, or are you just here to wish me a happy retirement? Why did you retire? She stretches. I've had enough of politics and town quarrels for this lifetime, so when Tarfos told me he was tired of the mines, I asked if he was really ready to really get his hands dirty. She smiles. Almost feel sorry for the guy. Okay. So she was tired of being the mayor and she just passed it on. The Grief's Rest is just right here. They're just mentioning one of my previous quests. So Nesta is this lady here. I thought I ordered ale. She might have brought me the dishwater by accident, she sighs. Or maybe on purpose. You can never tell. Tarfus sent me. I'm here to negotiate a trade treaty on Stalwart's behalf. Finally! I was beginning to wonder if Tarfus had forgotten about me entirely. My first stop is Stalwart's fishery. My clients are concerned it's a liability to Stalwart's property. I'll meet you outside its front door. I do not remember this quest. What is even happening here?
Back to warm your hands.
Just do something here first. I want to purchase my good food. I want 1 camping supply. And I want to rest with a nice buff. Okay. To the fishery we go. We only left the lady waiting for us for 8 hours. That's fine. Okay, so she should be around here. There we go. Gods, it's freezing out here. Let's get this over with quickly. I'd go inside the fishery, but that smell... ugh. I'm also regretting having the fish stew at the inn. One of the fishermen said they found a body in one of these barrels once. Ugh. According to the town's records, the fishery doesn't export much these days. Why do they keep it open? It's an unnecessary drain on resources better spent on the White Forge and the mines. Closing down the fishery could help convince the investors that Stalwart is serious about maintaining its prosperity. Ah, so what? We have to give our opinion about certain buildings? The fishery helps keep Stalwart self-reliant, less expensive in acquiring outside foods, keeping the... I think she's more business focused, so I'm gonna go for this second option. Keeping the fishery open will foster goodwill and cooperate with future representatives from Defiance Bay. Yes, many of these people do strike me as the stubborn type. I suppose keeping the fishery open would be a concession the investors are willing to make if it keeps relations friendly. I spoke briefly with Grinde, the head fisherman. A rather shady fellow, wouldn't you say? Is he the type that should be in charge? Whatever is done in the past, Grinde is an honest fisherman now. I see. Well, I'll trust in your judgment then. I'll be heading over to the Stalwart Mines next. My clients are concerned about the security and safety of the mines. Meet me there when you're ready. I think there is a quest in the mine that I still haven't done. And if that's the case, I want to complete that quest before I talk to her. Let me just see. I think there is. Yeah, because now we can go in. And this lady here or this one are the ones responsible for the mine. So let's see. Because I remember there being something to do inside the mine. Oh.
Well?
Ah, okay.
Hey.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Oh no, never mind.
seen
He's the
Bud.
hunter. He's the hunter. He's not the one I need. Taena is the one I need. At least I think so.
Of course.
She's over here. Yep. Unless I have to go inside the mine to get the quest, but that doesn't make as much sense.
Got to speak up?
God
My
damn
hearing.
it. So it's also not... Well, I'll just go to the mines then. I really thought that somebody was gonna give me a quest to go into the mines. Apparently not. Theodor, Rayfald. Yeah, well, let's just go. Let's just go. If you're looking for work, Ismay might have something for you. And by the way, where is the Orlan lady? Maybe she's inside. Near the foreman's office. Okay, so maybe it's inside. Okay, there we go.
Please! You've got the wrong man! I don't remember any of this!
Quiet! We'll get the truth out of you soon enough. Take him away!
Is she the waste lady? Ismay, sorry, Foreman Ismay. And looking at my characters, I just remembered I didn't actually remember to use the Redeemer to try and kill Consul Hot. It would have been fun. A stern-faced woman approaches you. Her already impressive frown is only emphasized by her slight underbite. She folds her arms. Nesta mentioned someone will be coming along. Be careful where you wander. Oh, maybe it's just Nesta that sends me here. Okay. These mines are still crawling with all sorts of pests. We haven't been able to clear them out yet. Of course, you have experience with that sort of thing, I hear. Guess we have you to thank for opening the battery. I'm Ismay, the foreman. I've been keeping busy around here since the battery's fires were lit. A little busier than I'd like sometimes. What's going on here? Things are hard enough around here with the local wildlife. Last thing we needed to deal with was a murder of all things. Tell me about this murder. You probably saw Gamel being carted off. Found him by the body of another miner, Sameth. We've lost quite a few miners recently. Most just vanished. Sameth's the first corpse to stick around. We may have caught Gamel, but we haven't been able to find the bodies. You know, if anyone can help us put all of this to rest, it's you. I'd like to be able to give these miners' families some answers, even if it's bad news. Okay, I'll look into it, but tell me about Gamel. Don't know him so well, certainly never pegged him for a killer. I'd say you're better off questioning him yourself. See if he'll tell you where he stashed the corpses. And what do you know about the victim, Sameth? Poor Sameth. His body's up the tunnel to the east. Folks say you've got a knack for making sense of corpses, like the Dunrid Rose sorts, right? I'll look into it. I appreciate the help. We certainly need it. I have some questions. Sure thing. What do you want to know? Why are these mines so important? The demand for ore's gone up since you opened up the battery. Everyone wants their own shiny piece of Durgan steel. Thing is, the battery was hit pretty hard by the tremors. With the battery mines collapsed, we're the only game in town. Okay, and how are the mines holding up? The beasts aren't going away anytime soon. Now that Gamel's gone and killed somebody, folks are probably starting to think we should just abandon these tunnels again. About those missing miners, we've read all this before, so we can just leave. But now we have a new quest, Whispers in the Dark. Here. Foreman Ismay asked me to look into the disappearance of several miners. She suggested that I start by questioning Gamel, who is being held in the foreman's quarters just left of the entrance to the mines. Ismay mentioned that the body of one of the victims, Sameth, could be found in the tunnel to the east.
Hey.
We have a bunch of miners here.
How could I miss it? Looks like he went swimming in Sameth's blood.
Jesus.
Blazes. Never would have pegged him for a freak.
Okay. This should be the foreman's office. This is where Nesta is. I think I'm gonna save talking to her until after I've dealt with this quest. Scrolls and papers documenting the sale of iron ore and sulfur are crammed onto the shelves. And here's Gamel. It's fairly clear why Gamel is under suspicion. His face is spattered with blood. His hands are bound, but you can see blood and scraps of flesh under his fingernails. Gamel's posture is hunched, and tears have dug tracks through the layer of gore on his face. You find yourself the target of a pleading expression the moment you're inside. I have a few questions for you. Gamel looks up at you, wide-eyed. As he opens his mouth to speak, you notice that his teeth and lips are also stained with blood. Please, it's like I told him, I don't know what happened. I can't remember a thing. There's no way I could have done that to Sameth. If you're innocent, I'll do my best to prove it. Thank you, thank you. That's all I'm asking for is a chance. I didn't do this. I don't deserve what he'll do to me. What questions did you have? What's the last thing you can remember? Tarek, shaking me awake. I was on the floor. Sameth was curled up nearby and he was dead. His face crumples. That's all. There's hours just gone out of my head. And who's Tarek? He handles construction in the tunnels. There was a cave in to the north and he and the others have been working on clearing it for a while now. He must have been grabbing supplies for the crew when he found me. Okay, and where are the other miners? I don't know. Nobody knows where the miners have gone, I swear it. I didn't have anything to do with it. His wide, earnest gaze suggests he's sincere, or at least has convinced himself. I believe you. You do? Thank you. This has all been a nightmare. What do you do here? Me? I'm just a dragsman. Load the carts, get the ore from here to there. I do whatever they ask me to, really. I haven't lived in Stalwart long. Heard they needed more hands to work the mines. Thought I could make a fresh go of it. Maybe even see the battery. Why is this happening to me? He tries to wipe his nose with the back of a hand, leaving crimson smears behind. That's all. Nothing here. Okay. And I guess that the next thing we're gonna do is explore the Stalwart Mines, which is a rather large area. We have a murder mystery on our hands. I have...
Hey.
Consul Hot skull... somewhere?
What is it?
What is it? Okay, here. I was gonna say, I wanna try it out when we have a fight to see how it works, and then I'm gonna go back to Mr. Piggy. So, apologies for not having Mr. Piggy to close off the episode. But yeah, in the next episode we will be exploring the Stalwart Mines, see if we can find out what's happening over here. As usual, thank you so much for being here with me in the channel, watching some Pillars of Eternity. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. There's videos coming out every single day, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, stay safe everyone.